9th of the 13 principles of faith, discussing the Torah and the divine will that the Torah was given over to the Moshe Rabbeinu and to the Jewish people. I'd like to start off with another yeshivish joke. Sorry, it's who I am. I'm yeshivish. You see, I got payas, I got a beard. What are you going to do? I'm yeshivish. Somebody goes to the kotel, to the kosel, and he sees there's a man standing there. By the way, I'm going to say this joke over, but I can't explain it because once you have to explain a joke, it loses all its potency. It loses its. If you get it, you get it. If not, you could call me up, make a comment on the videos on Hidabu. You could comment on it and say, I didn't understand the joke, and I will email you the entire explanation. But let's just take it for granted that you're going to understand it. So a guy goes to the kosel and he sees somebody standing there. Every 2 seconds he says Kaddish. Every 2 seconds he says another Kaddish. So he walks over to him and he says, sir, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are, but you can't just do that. You can't just say Kaddish, whatever you want. And the guy says, are you telling me a halacha? And he's like, I'm telling you, everyone knows you can't just say Kaddish whenever you want. There's specific times you can say, you can't just say it whenever you want. And the guy says, are you telling me a halacha? And he says, I'm telling you that's the practical, everybody knows that's what. Are you telling me a halacha? He says, yeah, I'm telling you a halacha. He's like, Iskada v'Iskada Shmei Rabba. Now, that was the joke. Again, if you didn't get it, call me up. There's a medrash. The medrash says something fascinating. At the end of days, God will reveal secrets, depths to the Torah that was never given over to mankind. He will teach things in the Torah that mankind has never had the ability to contain or retain. And this will bring great joy to the world, the ultimate pleasure, when people will listen to the divine teachings that were never before revealed to mankind. And after he does this, after God reveals this, I believe it's David HaMelech will get up and he will say Kaddish. Yiskadel v'yiskadash Shmei Rabba. Now, we know that at the end of prayer, at the end of tefillah, people say Kaddish. And then everyone leaves the shul. So that's not what's happening over here. Is he's not going to get up to say Kaddish and now, okay, everybody, class is over, go home, do what you want. That's not the point of the Kaddish. Obviously, something great is going on that specifically after these great revelations in the depths of the Torah, all of a sudden Kaddish is said. So let's look at the words of Kaddish. Yiskadal v'yiskadash, may it be great and sanctified, Shemei Rabbah, the great name of Hashem. The great name of Hashem will become great, should be great and sanctified. Why are we mentioning this after revelations in the depth of the Torah? And the answer is, perhaps, that the Ramban Nachmanides tells us that the entire Torah is the names of Hashem. Shemais Hashem, the names of Hashem. What the words that we see formulated in front of us, Bereshis bara Elokim, that is one understanding or one way to formulate the letters to give us an inkling as to what the Torah is referring to. But there's a completely different way to perceive the Torah. And that is that they're not sectioned off into words. It's all letters, Beis, Resh, Aleph, Shin. And instead of seeing the word Bereshis, there's Beis, Resh, Aleph, there's Shin, Yud, Saf, meaning there's a compilation of letters that are actually names of Hashem. And those names of Hashem are something that we cannot say, we cannot utter, we cannot pronounce because they are too holy. And we are not worthy of mentioning them. But they are there. That is what the Torah actually is. Every letter and every word in the Torah, we see in a sense, and again, God forbid I don't mean this, but we see one shallow, superficial word called Bereshis bara Elokim, but really, hidden inside there are actual names of Hashem. And those names of Hashem, we are not worthy yet of understanding or even realizing what name or how they are the names or what the names even represent. But God will reveal to us at the end of days those names and what they are and what they can do and what He is, etc. So the first thing that man, after hearing these unbelievable, these never before revealed secrets of the Torah and the names of Hashem, the first thing that man will do after hearing this, after experiencing these new revelations, is he will get up and say, Yiskadal v'yiskadash Shemei Rabbah. May it be great and sanctified the name Shemei Rabbah, the names of Hashem, because that is what is revealed in the depths of the Torah. So what does that tell us? That tells us that every word and every letter in the Torah is so much more than it looks like or that it appears. There is so much depth and there's so much power in the words of the Torah. The Rambam Maimonides tells us something fascinating. You have one pasuk that says, Vayomer Hashem o Moshe. Hashem said to Moshe. It must appear hundreds of times in the Torah. And there's another pasuk, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Hear, O Israel, Hashem is great, Hashem is one. Now, that Shema, those words are probably the most focal, most fundamental words in the entire Torah. And yet, the words Vayomer Hashem o Moshe Lemar, Hashem says to Moshe, saying, those are more, random. The Rambam says, there is no difference whatsoever in the holiness of Shema Yisrael and in the holiness of Vayomer Hashem. Each one contains within it the secrets of the world. Each one is God's names. So just because in essence one we understand in a much deeper way or in a much more important way does not reflect on what it is. Because what it is the names of Hashem. And what Vayomer Hashem o Moshe Lemar is, and what Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu is, they are both names of Hashem. One, we have discovered a more practical way of relating to it, but that does not reflect on what it is in actuality. So there is so much holiness, there is so much depth, so much secrets to the names of Hashem that exist inside the Torah. When we say that the Torah, in essence, is names of Hashem, there's a very practical implication of that. And that is that, in essence, when we learn Torah, we are calling out the names of Hashem. We are calling to Hashem and we are saying, Hashem, guide us, teach us, show us the way, direct us in life. Even if we don't know or we don't realize that we're saying that, when I open up the book, I am asking God, show me the way in life. Show me your plan for me in life. Show me the direction that you wish for me to take. I'm calling Hashem's name. I'm saying, Hashem, please help me. So when we learn Torah, we have to understand that this is not just going into a library, pulling out a book and studying information. This is not just a way for us to implant in our brains certain concepts. This is a call, a cry out to Hashem, saying, Hashem, direct me. Show me your way. Guide me with your light. And even if the words don't seem to be saying that, that has nothing to do with it, because those words are so eternal and so sanctified and so holy. They are names of Hashem. That when I turn to Hashem and I say, Hashem, I'm turning to you for your direction, not only in the halachic practical ideas of what I should accomplish, but in everything, that book that you're reading is actually a cry to Hashem. So it's interesting that the Torah, as we know it, is God's call to mankind of what He would like them to accomplish in the world. But when we study the Torah, it is our call to God to show us, mankind, how and why and where, what we should do His direction, His light. Guide us, Hashem. We're calling out to you, Hashem. We call your name, and we ask you, Hashem, to please guide us in the light of the Torah that you wish.